Oh, good morning, guys. How you doing? Good morning. Wednesday, February 10th. That's the date. The 10th of February already. Hope you guys are doing well. We are going to continue today with some more nippleless painting. Absolutely zero nipples to be painted today. No, we're gonna continue on with our fucking bodies-in-motion.photo body scans study that we started yesterday. Why don't I just show you? So we got kind of one finished. I might go back to it and start, I don't know, adjusting things, but got that one done, and halfway through the next one. We'll keep just going and working on these today, and I'll breathe through my mouth a little bit. Right? Forget what I'm doing. That's it. That's just a little taste of what's... Yeah, it's exciting. It's pretty exciting stuff. I'd stick around if I were you. Or whatever. Alright, yeah. I already did some circles. I even did a little bit of gestures while the stream was warming up. While the stream was, I guess, warming up, sure. While I was warming up. And the stream was starting. I was doing a little bit of gestures. I'm not going to be doing too much drawing, so I find that I can kind of cold start a little bit better. Yeah, I just patented and coined that term. Cold starting. What the fuck is this face? Anyways. You know, it'd probably be best if you guys just forgot the last 3 minutes. Great. Perfect, let's do that. Alright, let's jump into this guy here. So we have sketch layer. I can break down what I've done so far. So that's just a sketch layer. We cut everything out, put it on its own layer, separate it from the background, right? The sketch layer is actually underneath as well, right? There's multiple versions of it. Right, so that's just the cutout. And we did use a little bit of local value. I think that's something that I'm realizing how important it is getting your initial local color as close as you can. That just saves so much time. This is something that I'm only realizing kind of right now. Better late than never. So we did a little bit of rendering, tinted it, and I think that's pretty much exactly where we're at. That's where we left off. I'll hop over to this guy here. Hey Lego, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? Right here, let's see. Yeah, this is the one we did a couple of different versions. Let's go into this group. Kind of almost like that better. I don't know. So let's turn off all these layers. So that's the base layer. I know that there's a line layer somewhere in here. Yeah, right there. Okay, so that's the sketch for that one. It's a normal layer. Started off really light with kind of like a halftone from the I guess the mid-tone that we started with. Halftone down. A little bit darker there. A tint. A gradient tint, I guess. More rendering. All these layers could be all the same. But that's how sporadic I find that my brain is, and therefore how I work. Is that if I think of something, I'll want to tackle that thing instantly, or else I'm just going to forget about it. And unfortunately, when I do that, I usually forget about something else. It's just a snake eating its own tail. Is that? No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm just an idiot. Let's just go with that one. Okay, and then some darker value, and that's a multiply layer, so that's great. Okay, that works. Normal, more rendering. Another normal layer. A lot of rendering done on this one. Oh no, it's because of the rim lighting. Rim lighting just made everything just pop, right? And then we decided to merge that down. A little bit more rendering. I think that's where we stopped it, though. Yeah, that's where we stopped. Cool. All right, so let's jump over here. And I think we have our reference right there, yeah. And we got this scan, this body scan, 3D body scan from bodiesinmotion.photo, exclamation point, BIM, in case you guys wanted to check this out. Eating breakfast, nice abs. Is this a self-portrait? Oh my god. I think there's only been like one time that I've ever had abs, and that's probably when they were being put onto my body when I was in my mother's womb. And then they quickly said, whoever the genetic engineers of my body were, they decided, you know what, this kid's not going to be using these. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of those. Yeah, no, I definitely I definitely don't have abs. Once upon a time. I don't know, maybe this year we'll get in crazy shape. Let's do that, and we'll say it's just for Lego Brick. No, we'll yeah, no, this is a great reference. If you have a body like this, man, just let people scan in your body with my eyeballs. Wait, what? What's even happening today? Mr. Gunn, how you doing? That's right, I'm supposed to be doing the painting stuff. So let's get into it. Let's jump right into it, man. Okay. So I'm going to go on top of the line layers. Now, line layer now. Let's get our... What do we want to paint with? I think we'll just stick with a round brush for now. And I don't think I'm going to add too many. I'm going to stay with this value, maybe. Let's try that. I'm doing fantastic. Brain's waking up. Saying all kinds of dumb shit, but I have nothing to complain about. I'm ready to paint. Feel like painting. That's a good morning, I think. We'll see how long that lasts. That feeling of feeling that sudden urge to draw or paint. You know, you might as well. No, you want to take advantage of that, right? You want that little kind of burst of motivation. One of the worst feelings is when you feel that burst of motivation, you sit down to paint, to draw, to do whatever, to create. Your first couple of mark making, the first couple of marks that you make, you realize that a feeling is one thing, skill is another. Man, there's so many times where I'll sit down and just like feel completely motivated to draw, and then just end up laying down a bunch of bullshit. Just awful art. Not even art. I don't even know what you would call it, but that feeling sucks. And then ultimately, I usually stop, and then you're just kind of like, man, I'm super bummed out. So bummed out. I was so jazzed to do a little bit of painting. Turns out you can't remember how to paint, or you never knew. And you just feel like shit for a bit. Happens, man. Hope you guys are having a good... I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I hope you guys are having a good day. What is it? It's the 10th? Did I say it's the 10th? Crazy. Alright. Alright, I'll turn the tunes back up a little bit so we can have some jams. Maybe to about there. Okay, so this value. I think I have the shoulders too big on this one as well. Mofu, how you doing? Alright, let me go to this bottom layer here and erase a bit of the lats. Like that. All good to hear. All good to hear. That's awesome, man. That's what I like to hear. X here. A little bit of value rounding out a little bit of the rib cage. Pull it down like that, maybe. Bring this up a bit too. You know what? I think I want to zoom out just a little bit more here. Got a little robot vacuum, buddy. Man, I felt such a sense of satisfaction laying in bed yesterday while I was cleaning. That's awesome, dude. We have a little iRobot knockoff thing that we got from Costco. I mean, I think it was still like 150 bucks or something like that. But it does everything that like a Roomba does. I guess it's a little bit louder, and that's I don't fucking care. But we used it for the first time in the house, and it was great. Just fucking, it's nice to put on randomly, I guess. And then that way, you're walking around the house, you're like, hey, this house is kind of clean. I didn't even have to do shit. Absolutely useful. Okay, and I'm seeing that I did the thing again. Let me do one of these. Let's group that up. Make a new layer. Duplicate what we just made there in that group. Merge it down so now it's all one layer. And I want to slice right there. Lower down. Yeah, something like that. Turn off that other group. I think those proportions are a little bit better. And probably just the head just a little bit. The layer underneath all this so that I can fill in the seams where I use my lasso. If there is any holes, let me just merge that down. Pretty neat stuff, living in the future. Little robot sidekicks cleaning your shit. They even have, they have, like, lawnmower ones now, too. And I'm also pretty sure that you can get an attachment for it to do snow blowing and snow removal. Crazy. I'm gonna get the one that can wipe my ass. And then eventually the one that'll finish the paintings for me. Is that what skill is going to be in the future? It's like it's whatever robot you can buy. And then since robots don't need jobs, at least not in this timeline, would the owner of the bot get, oh my god, it's just kind of like slavery. Is this like ethical? Are robots going to be ethical slavery in the future? I guess they're not slaves if, well, maybe. Oh my god. What have I gotten myself into? Rights for robots. Isn't that how Matrix started? That is, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's how Matrix started. It's like a robot uprising, right? And then there was peace at first. And then there was war or something. I can't remember. I think it explains it in the Animatrix movies. The shorts? Did you guys ever watch those? Those were fucking dope. Those were awesome. Some of them were shit, but most of them were really fucking good. It's much like, I think couple years ago. They released on Netflix something called like Sex, Robots, and Drugs or something. Can't remember. Kind of like that. I just hope I just hope I can become a robot in the future. Me too, honestly. J6. Is that leet speak? Am I supposed to be able to read that? Let me try anyways. No, I can't. I don't even know what 6 is supposed to be. Is that supposed to be a B? No. I don't get it. I can't read your name, J6. Hopefully that's okay. I'm a little worried. I tried. I'm a little worried. I just got this thing, but it has been drawing a penis in the negative space that it skips every time in the same spot. That's fucking sweet. So now that means you don't have to draw the penises on your floor? That's fucking awesome, Mofu. That frees up so much more of your time to, I don't know. Lego, have a good day, dude. Enjoy the rest of your day and your week. I guess it's hump day. It's midweek point. Yeah. And they also have the I don't know why I'm fucking talking about this shit, but I guess being I'm an adult now. The adult toys, not the fun kind, by the way. The adult toys that I'm talking about are the ones that help make my adult life feel like I have less responsibilities. That's what it is. Can I get an amen? That's what I want. Those are the toys that I want that make life allow me to do less. Does that make sense? Yeah. Those are the adult toys, and then frees me up for it's a little bit of yeah. Okay, we won't go there. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You're on the internet, Derek. Come on now. This shit will be on the internet longer than I'll be around. That's the sad truth. Unless I can become a fucking robot. Huh? J6? Me and you become robots? 2055? Probably not. Probably more like... I'd say 100 years. I'd say 100 years that, it'll probably be like a normal thing at that point. To have, maybe not be a fully, like, Robin Williams in, what was that movie? Which was fucking awesome. Bicentennial Man? Is that what it was? Did you guys ever see that movie? Holy shit. I wonder if it's aged well. Anyways, he becomes, he's a robot. I think that this family buys a robot thinking it's essentially just going to be like a walking Roomba. Eventually, fast forward, it becomes a human, right? So, spoiler alert. It's been around for 30 years, probably. I think it came out in, like, early 2000. Anyways, whatever. That might be possible in the next 100 years. Who knows? What I was going to say on top of that is we might see at least some type of cybernetic, what do we call those, implants? We'll probably, I mean, like, we already basically have them now. In a very early stage. What else am I trying to say? Prosthetics. You've heard of a bicentennial black man? I don't know what you're referring to. I honestly don't. I don't know what that is. Yeah, nothing's ringing my bell. You can ring my bell. But the prosthetics would be fucking awesome for, I guess I wouldn't have to worry about my eyes, my hands, hopefully. You wouldn't have to worry about it because you could just get a fucking new one, just like a new toothbrush. You know, just rip open the package, remove the old, broken, busted, infected limb that you don't care much for. Unplug that shit. Open up the new box. It's got a manual in it. You decide not to read it, of course. And you just plug in the new arm. Get right back to jacking it. It's new RPM. And that's basically what it's going to be in the future. Just a bunch of people jerking off. Really fast. And there'll be a new desire for, I don't know, it's getting some lubricants. There. Good joke, Derek. Good joke. Good one. Glad that's going to live on the internet forever. Happy about it. Richard Pryor special. Oh, okay. From way back when. Okay, gotcha. That it was used different wording or album, not special per se. His stand-up, like one of his shows, right? Yeah, he's a fucking legend. Indeed. I think I watched a Chris Rock special recently, and it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. It was actually, it was pretty much more, it was more, like oh no, he's going there kind of comedy than I thought it would be. Oh, he went there, you know what I mean? Chris Rock pushing the boundaries of his humor. Or, I don't know, maybe a stand-up. I think I've seen one other ones of his stand-ups from back in the 90s. I can't remember one single joke, so maybe he always was. Oh no, he's going there, comedian. I think I've heard of a bit of a mortgages from that. A bit on mortgages, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's very much a family man, so he talks about his family quite a bit, but you know that makes sense. Okay. So I think I'm going to make a new layer, clip that on, spaz out, and end up making two. And then immediately see something I want to change. Bring the jaw up a little bit, maybe. If anybody has any questions at any time, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm going to just kind of keep working away at this. Here, I think I want to do this. Control-Alt-Shift-E. Let's grab his facial features here. Maybe a little bit of excess overlap because we're going to be shrinking. Control J, Control T, Control H. Shrink, holding Alt and Shift. Maybe like that. Then we can delete this layer here that we merged, all visible. Yeah, get that face back onto this layer. Feels a little better. Cool, 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 cool. All right. So I'm gonna start at the sternum and work my way out, I guess. Bicep, the forearm, tricep, a little bit darker here. Probably a little bit too long. Let's go with that. The half value here. Kind of just hopping all over the place. Fix this area. That's a little better. Same for over here. A little bit lighter, I think. Okay, I think it's time for another layer and a gradient on it. So let's get a big soft round brush in here. There's one of them in my pack that I have. It's 1,000 the size. That's usually what I end up just trying to look for so I can find it quick. Or you can organize your shit. Probably a little bit better than I do. brain computer interface. Yeah, someday we'll be able to just skip that, right? We'll just be able to skip the whole brain thinking. We'll just instantly transition our thoughts to one another. How does that sound? That sound awesome? To me, that sounds dope as fuck. Derek, you're talking about telepathy? I'm talking about the internet and our brains, man. And we're even like, I'm talking about like skipping the ICQ message alert sound. It's like instant. Well, I guess, no, wait a minute. I wonder if our brain would get email. Because nobody wants to have just like, oh man, we're gonna get pop-up ads in our brain in the future, aren't we? That's gonna happen. That's definitely gonna happen. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a little bit weird. Okay, so probably not that tinted. Let's go a little bit lighter still. I think maybe here. Yeah, now a new layer on top of that one. And let's do some more rendering. I'm gonna use this brush. Time to hit it with some color dodge light. Color dodge light? Yeah, Derek, that's some good words there. Let's do that. How long did I stay on that layer for? That last one was probably like 2.5 seconds. Let's go ahead and make this color dodge. Double click the layer. Turn these things off under advanced blending. Hit OK. And let's get this. Button a little bit. Lats here. A little bit brighter. A little bit more desaturated. No, I think we're gonna have to paint that specularity on there. getting a little bit of who's that dude? I wish my brain was a little bit faster at remembering names. Christian Bale. A little bit of Christian Bale in this guy's face, I feel. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Just a pinch. And I think I can add a layer on top of this one and just do some rim lighting. His chin is too long, whatever. Over the neck. Yeah, just a little bit. A little, like, I don't know where exactly it is, but I can see just a little bit of Christian Bale in there. I mean, this doesn't really, no point in me really mentioning it, but it's fun. It's fun. Here. Oblique. Waist and the hips. I think that's probably it. Maybe we'll change his chin here. I don't want that. There's a little bit of a bounce light underneath the chin. Okay, all right. Maybe think yeah, okay. I was just saying I probably have like all of this area a little bit too wide, I think. But I'm not gonna do nothing about it. Oh, nice. Start getting in here. We can go a little bit more red. A little bit brighter. Better. Let me get that specularity in on that pectoral muscle here. Man, I've been playing Valheim, really enjoying it. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, I'm trying to focus on what I'm painting. My head's off in fucking Viking land, thinking of all the shit that's going on in that game. If you haven't checked out, it's definitely for those who are fans of like base building games. But I'd say it's also probably fun for people who are into like RuneScape type games, you know, with skills, and people who are fans of Skyrim. And I'd say probably like a 1/8. I want to say Dark Souls, but I don't at the same time because it's not even. It's on the same. No, I wouldn't say that. It's got combat that's kind of similar to Dark Souls. Whereas in, you can dodge roll. So I guess that's Dark Souls now? I don't know. Anyways, whatever. It's fun. Fucking love it. I'm thinking about it. Game's called Valheim.
What was that?
Fucking awesome. Super fun. And it's nice to see guys like Code getting addicted to it as well. Because that just tells me that Coffee Stain, the studio that develops the game, is going to be probably supported. You know, if you got Code Carnage being fanatical over your game, it's like a surefire way to success. Because that guy, he's kind of got like a Midas touch, similar to Elon's Dogecoin touch, Bitcoin touch that he has. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's such a good game, and it's The reason why it's good is because it fucking works. There's no bugs. There's very, very few, like, buggy things. I think maybe I saw a log fly into the sky once, and I was like, oh, look at that! It just, like, just launched. You know how fucking that happens in some games? That has, like, synthetic physics or something. It's chopping down a tree. It got wedged between two other trees. Physics. And then just, it launched it. Just sky high, right? So. And it just provides a little quick burst of, like, unexpected entertainment, right? You're just like, ha! Whoa! And then you just carry on being a Viking and shit. It's awesome. It's so good. For 20 bucks, too? That should be illegal. It should be illegal. It should be. It should be a crime to charge a game for more than 20 bucks. If you can't get 20 hours out of it. And with Valheim, it's procedurally generated worlds like Minecraft, so it's probably got a lot of options for it, like what Minecraft has, or maybe will eventually have. Let me open my stream elements. I'm sorry, guys. My brain is a poop. Just one solid, barely solid poop. Crabsy Art. Hello. Thank you so much for the follow. And Alterton. Nope, that's not Alterton. Maybe yeah. Alterton. Because if it had an E at the end, it'd be Altertone. Right? I don't read good. So yeah. Check it out. The Valheim's fucking awesome. And it's probably depends on the person, but I'm having a fucking blast playing it solo. But you can play with up to 10 friends. If you have 10 friends, I don't know who does. Who has 10 friends? But I played a little bit with Caroline, and we had a good time with that. I think that's probably what we'll do again this weekend. In between playing our waifu gacha game that we're completely obsessed with. And I have no shame. So I'm completely addicted to a mobile gacha game. I'm sorry. Princess Connect.
What is the last thing you can remember?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's that game? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. That's a game that I'd probably tell people to, that's... You can probably pass on that one. I don't know. I could see that being a fun game for people who are working from home or have to work anywhere where they don't have to deal with too many interruptions or customers or their boss coming in all the time. I could totally see myself if I had like a desk job or worked in an office somewheres. Mobile gaming would be it. Like, that's probably what I'd be doing. I imagine probably because once you get home, you're too fucking tired to do anything else. But just, like, drool from the mouth for a bit and then pass out. Just from day-to-day existence, like, it's just, it can be pretty exhausting. Doing, not exhausting, but maybe mentally exhausting. Not being stimulated. So stimulate yourself with a gacha game. I don't know. What am I talking about? Why am I talking about gacha games? Anyways, let's get back to painting. Yeah, Derek, why? Tell us why. guess the biggest, here we go, we're still talking about gacha games. It's, the biggest gacha game now is, Genshin, right? Genshin Impact. Kind of opening the doors for, gacha games in our, oh my god, I hope it doesn't spill over to, it's going to, no, it's going to. We're going to see a lot more gacha, game mechanics, probably in our actual standalone games. If we don't already. Well, we see cash shop stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't really call that type of monetization gacha game. I would call, because gacha game is it's RMG. It's a lottery, right? You're trying to get a certain thing, certain item, character, whatever it is, but it's not guaranteed, right? You have to either, with real money, buy the things or save up in-game currency to be able to... I'm still talking about gacha games, aren't I? Should probably stop doing that. Okay, moving on. Moving on here. So this ab is huge. That oblique is the wrong spot too. I guess we're just gonna raise that up then. Brush I'm using right now, if there's anybody interesting, it's the very first one. And that's probably my favorite brush to render with. Push paint around with. It's a very common brush, but it's also a very multi-purpose. Let's go with that. Let's say that. It's very nice for rendering. It can get you some nice clean edges. It can also get you some nice textures too when you're Bob Ross tapping it. That sounded sexual, and I'm okay with that. Just getting a little bit of kind of like a rock texture to it. It's even good for like skin tone, skin texture. I guess it's just all in application, right? Alright, back down here. that. Back over this side. You can really see, like, full-on anatomy of his abs here. It's a really good descriptor here. It goes down. See this little kind of flex there. And these. This is like, I think I remember that you can have like a 4-pack. That's what this is, right? Sorry, an 8-pack, I guess I should say a 4-pack. A 4-pack is like Cyclops from the 90s. I'll never forget seeing just like him in the classic blue and yellow Cyclops. He's got the fucking thing, I don't know, ammo straps for his non-existent gun. But he looked badass. And then he had 4 abs and then a belt. Just how you would remember how to draw your favorite superheroes. You're a kid, right? Certainly, I'm not the only one who found, like, or maybe invented a formula to remember how to draw their favorite characters. Right here. That right there. Over this. I'm trying to blur a little bit of the pencil line layer. It's still visible. Dry Sponge, how you doing? Looks like you're sculpting. Great work, dude. Appreciate it. That's definitely a huge compliment. I'll gladly take that. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping in. These are 3D body scans. The reference, we're using bodiesinmotion.photo. Bodiesinmotion.photo. And if you're somebody who is looking to improve your anatomy skills, that website is just fucking awesome. It's so useful, it's so helpful. It can be free. You can also subscribe to it, which unlocks a whole plethora of features. I'm highly considering doing it myself. There's a few things that I want to clear up before I do that, but I think, yeah, I think we're gonna be jumping into this. With a subscription in the near future. Like $95 a year, or this kind of functionality where you can rotate a completely real 3D scan, right? And the reason why I even mention real is some 3D models are just that. They're just models. They're not actually based off of any real person. And because of that, it's hard to really trust in the authenticity and justify whether you should study that model. Because if it's incorrect, then you're studying something that's incorrect, right? So that's totally up to you. But with Bodies in Motion, it's got a bunch of shit like this. And then actual real high-res photos of models in motion. Hence the name Bodies in Motion. Essentially, you can look at a scene, like an animated scene, frame by frame, except it's not animation, it's photography. And if you guys have any sites like that you know of that maybe I've never come across, I'm always down for hearing about that stuff. Which reminds me, did you guys see that that tweet of that site for portraits and getting the angle of the head right? Did you guys see that? How fucking insane! Let's take a look at this real quick. How insane is this site? What is it? Referenceangle.com. Have you guys seen this? So we have this little head right here, right? And you can do, say you want to draw or find reference for this angle, right? Let me tell you why this is so fucking good. This is so good just for portraits. Just for portrait studies. You can go to this, hopefully it's got a bunch of different, of the same, hopefully it just takes from like Google rather than its own archived source. So if I hit search again, are we gonna get the same faces? What if I just adjust that a little bit? Is that the same faces? Is it the same faces? No, it's not. Do something like this. So it's not perfect. But it's something, eh? I think it's probably useful just to get some nice reference for portraits to draw and study, right? And it's so refreshing to not just have like pretty faces, right? Just like not, you know, not to say that these people are ugly. If you were to go to Pinterest and look for like face portraits, you would just get like these underwear models or supermodels or some shit like that, right? So it sucks that it's cropped. It sucks that it's cropped. Maybe there's a way to like get more of the head. I don't know. Maybe just find the right images to use. Anyways, what an awesome site. I didn't even fucking link it. Copy link. That's not it at all. What the fuck is that? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Alright. A noteworthy sight. And I hope that we get something like that for poses. Imagine. This line. Let's see here. Lighten this up a bit. Macro values here. You could probably even bump this value a little bit more. Light right here, and like the crevice of the oblique and abdominal muscles, it seems. Okay. I have just a little bit of things left to do on this guy. He says now. Man, I've been watching a little bit of the RP stuff that's going on Twitch, on this site. And some of the shit that these guys are saying, it's the funniest shit that I think I've heard in a very long time. It's up there to like an episode of like The Office. That's how funny some of these RP streamers are. It's worth checking out. I can understand how it's not for everybody. I can't get enough of it. It's fantastic. These guys a lot of them are just improv gods, and they don't even realize it. Like just how good Chance Morris, is it Morris? Yeah, Chance Sodapoppin. How good he is at improvising. I don't think he realizes how fucking good he is. His character Kevin.
What was that?
He just owns it. He just like completely committed to that character, and it's amazing. It's super funny to listen to. Moon is hilarious. He's like an inbred hick. That guy laughs at everything he says, which makes it even more funnier. I guess I do too. Fuck. Oh damn it. Hassan's even pretty fucking. He's a natural too. I don't know. It's good content, as they say. Very enjoyable. Would watch again. And Lyric, absolutely. Lyric with the Lean Boys, now the Clean Boys. Ugh. And he is another perfect example of someone who doesn't realize how. Maybe he does. I don't know. Definitely more than he gives his own credit. More than he gives himself credit for, is what I'm trying to say. Because he's fucking hilarious. He's witty. He says some crazy shit that I don't think he intends to say, but it works out somehow. It's just so good. It's like Untapped. This like show that's pretty much exclusive to Twitch. I don't know if Twitch could profit from something like that, but it's like if they marketed and made a deal with Pixel, NoPixel, I wonder if there's a chance for like a supported seasonal thing. Like for a couple of months they do RP, becomes like a series. But I guess it's a live thing. I can understand why it's only meant to be viewed as live, but it'd be nice to have it all in one place and put together, kind of like phases of the Marvel movies. They have it set up really nice on Disney Plus, where you can see what movies were in what phase, what movies led up to other story arcs and events and shit like that. You can watch it all in order and not have to, I don't know, have a YouTube video guide open, or maybe not even a YouTube video, but a guide to how to watch what movie in the right order. Sounds like a lot of work. Really doesn't, but. And that way you could change from perspective too of each character who's role playing and streaming. Alright, so I think we could probably move on from this one. Start up another. I could sit here and just kind of change certain things A little bit of rendering here and there, push and pull certain forms all day long, but I think I'm going to move on to the next one here. Any minute now. Any minute now. It's gonna stop painting. All right, so let's go to this one down here and clean up a little bit of this layer. Yeah, Lyric has done so much for Twitch. He's first of all, he's OG as it gets, bringing like DayZ mod to the surface. I think that's pretty much what started a lot of things. Battle Royales. Maybe not solely Lyric, but Twitch streamers as a whole have a lot to do with the popularity of that game. Or that game type. Now role-playing, I guess, as well. Okay. So let me see here. I have the reference somewheres. There it is. Let's go and grab this. Control J. Control T. Got a little bit bigger down here. Alright, and let's grab. Where are we? Grab this. Bring it down there. Actually, let's grab the other one. That. Okay, cool. We'll turn that off for now. We'll just go behind and paint in a local value, kind of like a mid-tone. Let's try and get this somewhat accurate. I think I like this, probably a little bit lighter. Yeah, let's do that. So I turned on the background layer just to help with the seeing of the color. Hopefully it helped. It's a little bit different when you have a value that you're trying to observe on top of another value. Right? That's different than what you already have down. So to make it a little bit easier, I add that value behind. And then I guess just try and get it accurate, right? We could probably go a little bit lighter. But we'll tweak that later. It's a little too big. He does realize Lyric to me is one of the most aware, famous streamers. So I find that he's a little bit slow to common sense sometimes, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's just considering more than what I'm considering. Because it's his perspective, right? It's his fucking stream. Then again, I'm also very much a fucking idiot. So it's possible. It's possible for idiots to be self-aware and still a functional part of society. So if if there's hope for me, there's hope for anybody. But yeah, Lyric is fucking awesome. He's probably one of the very first streamers that I started watching. The Bean Bandit days. Let's get features on his face. Shrunk those a little bit. Let's erase that. Erase this. I think we have this all separated now. Just sure that that's nice and opaque. Clip that on. Yeah, we have some disproportionate areas. Leaks. Very much exaggerated. I think that works out though. Leak up there. And the arms are too long as well. So the typical stuff that I'm noticing from my drawings. Limbs are exaggerated. Facial features are exaggerated. In length. I just kind of need to be mindful of that stuff, right? The more and more that I remember, hopefully, put it in the front of my brain when I'm drawing, might help out next time. So, I think once we start adding some value here, we might want to merge things and flim the flam, so to speak. Alright, let's get that on. What did he just say? Nothing's not important. Alright, get some midtones down. We'll stay up top. Sorry, we'll stay below the line layer for now. A little bit darker. Hey, Lemon Cat. How you doing? Hope you're having a good, what is it, Wednesday? Hump day? Practicing, yep. Always practicing. We're doing, anatomy studies. This week we've been focusing on torso and arms. Yeah, that's basically how we've been approaching the weeks. It's just mixing it up with different anatomy bits. A little chunk of new anatomy for the week and then move on to something else. While rotating in, I think every couple of weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, I'll go back to heads and just draw heads. This year, I would love to see some major improvements in my head drawings. So I think by cycling it back in every other week or so in between these other studies, I'll maintain some good information, hopefully. That's my goal. Just practice, more practice, more practice. And I'll be doing it on stream. So I'll be streaming pretty much 5 days a week, streaming all of my studies for the first 6 months. And then I think for the last 6 months of this year, we'll switch over to portfolio development, right? And work on some more, I think, fantasy illustrations and probably some portraits for freelance. Because I absolutely fucking love painting portraits too now. And that's it, right? Like, maybe I'll find some new confidence in another area from all this practice and be like, man, you know what? Love painting ankles. Ankles, specializing on ankles now. You know what I mean? Who knows? I doubt that'll be the case, but we'll see. Sounds good. I draw paint too, but I'm not that disciplined to practice that often, so it's nice to see someone do it. You know, it's drawing. It's fun, right? And if that's what it is, for you and for other people, that's a good hobby, right? It's a good. I think it's been proven through research that drawing is a good way to de-stress. People who do draw or paint or do any crafts tend to be a little bit more happier. Maybe if not a little bit more happier in their life. If not that, then just at least for the moment of doing the art, painting, they are relaxed, a little bit less stressed. I certainly become less stressed. Well, I guess it really it really depends on what's on my plate, though. So I could be really fucking stressed, depending on my assignments and my client work, deadlines, that kind of stuff, right? And let me see what else you're saying, Lemon. But I also have school where I learn 3D, so drawing, painting is my hobby now. So is that like where you would like to spend most of your time in working on 3D? I'm assuming since you're taking a course on 3D. I learn and work as a 3D artist. Okay, you answered my question. I'll just keep reading. 3D drains all my energy, so much software to learn, and it's very much more technical than drawing on some paper. I tried automatically drawing, where you just draw whatever falls in mind, nothing specific, just forms and stuff. It's very relaxing and good warm. Absolutely. What we do for each stream in the morning, what I usually do is I draw just circles, just to warm up. So that sounds like a very simple exercise and the same kind of light as that. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but to what you're saying about 3D being much more technical, I'm a simple person, and I'm easily overwhelmed. I'm a very anxious individual, unfortunately. I don't feel comfortable learning. There, that's that sentence. I don't feel comfortable learning new programs. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what you're saying. It's just the different languages that you need to learn. And I'm not talking coding or languages. I'm just talking about there are certain words used in each program that might be specific to the programs that you have to learn, right? So there's just more. There's way more. There could be more in the 2D side of things as well. There certainly is, but Photoshop is it for me. Actually, no, I do want to try Clip Studio Paint. Clip Paint Studio, is that what it is? Clip Studio Paint? Studio Clip Paint. I want to try that. I was on their site today, and still not on sale yet, but I think I might get it anyways. Yeah, I speak in rants, I guess, and I speak in run-on sentences as well, so. And I have a fish brain, so I never remember what I'm talking about. It's awful. It's not that 2D is easier or less advanced than 3D, it's just different language tools that you work with, exactly, yeah. And using a different part of your brain, it's kind of a requirement, you know what I mean? Like to be able to handle a lot of the technicalities, I think you just have to have that type of brain. I think that my brain is akin to a potato, so I like to keep things very simple. Photoshop does a good job at making me think that I'm drawing traditionally, so that's where I'm happy, you know what I mean? I say this, but I still want to do some 3D sculpting eventually. Again, just too intimidated. Intimidated by new programs, not so much the results. Man, like, it's just failure is part of learning. It's part of fucking drawing. My shit's gonna suck. It's just part of it. You know, I'm totally well beyond over drawing shitty art and having it look shitty. I don't care. That's part of I'm learning, you know what I mean? I'm in a consistent state of learning. I hate holding pressure above my head of expectations of improvement. You know what I mean? I want to live in reality. And in reality, people fail. Even professionals, right? So it's just like, it's easier for me to draw with that state of mind. You know? State of mind of being a pussy? What do you, can't be just always the best all the time? Can you imagine having that pressure? No, thank you. I do not want. And that happens a lot to a lot of people where they have insecurities. They develop insecurities about people seeing how they draw or how they paint or whatever. And that's fine. I get that. That's totally fine. Painting can and is a very personal experience for a lot of people, right? So I totally get that, and I'm not here to harp on people who have those insecurities, because I do as well. Right? It's just everybody has them. But yet I'm aware that I need to suck in order to get better, and I need to suck a lot. I need to be really, really bad and just constantly do trash day after day. But that's what it takes, man. And I'm kind of committed to that at this point, you know? I'm committed to it. There's no plan B. It's kind of like all in. So are you making multiple studies of the same reference? It's the same reference. So yes, yeah. The answer to that is yes. Right. So the image that I'm using, it's from Bodies in Motion, and it lets you for this particular section of Bodies in Motion, it's their 3D scan section, right? And this is one of the free ones on there. So I have basically full range to rotate this scan. And what would be absolutely awesome is if we did multiple of this. Probably do the back. Maybe we can do the back tomorrow. I think there's... yeah, maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Or this. This could be... This might be more interesting if we did from the side. Or 3/4. I don't know. There's the... This website's huge. There's so much there, and I imagine that it's got even more once you subscribe to it. But there's a lot of content just for the free to paint side of things. Oh, you're so funny, Derek. Free to paint. I just thought of that off the top of my head. Lemon Card just saw your art station. It's beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Every area in life. That actually can affect every area of life. I forget what I was talking about. That's where you making multiple studies. Yeah, it's not that 2D is easier. It's less. Okay, cool. All cut up. Okay, so back to this dude. Zoom in some more. Do we want to zoom in? No, let's stay at this level, I guess. Let's keep going down here. Yeah, we need a tent, actually, is what we need to do. So we could use multiply. I'm just gonna use normal. So let's try this. A little bit of a tint. Race right here on the oblique rib cage. hope that alarm just died. Oh man. Okay. This side, make this a little bit darker here. So I want to focus on the largest chunks first, and then move on to the medium, and then small. Right? That's kind of like painting 101 stuff. And the reason for that, you know, if you think about the reason and why you want to do that, it starts to make sense. You don't want to start with your smaller details, I guess, first, because you might end up painting over it later when you realize that you didn't check and see if proportions were correct, anatomy placement was correct. All these things that go into play that kind of only reveal themselves as you're painting. So it's I don't know. To me, it makes sense to start with the larger areas first and then go in from there. I should also add that I'm a huge hypocrite, so sometimes I don't even do that. I just, you know, fucking whatever. Just paint where I want to, and it's fun. Neck here. I want to make that a little bit more brighter, more saturation. Mix the values that I already have down. Try and find the correct value here. It's a little bit lighter.
What was that?
Turn that up a little bit. Yeah, portions of the features in the face are always something that I struggle with here. Usually end up having to shrink everything. Not necessarily caring about likeness. We'll save that for when we're studying faces a little bit more. Which is next week. Right into another week of faces. Okay, so we don't have a whole lot of valley range down. Let's try and fix that. Abdominals. What's your guys' favorite anatomy bit to paint? And also, what's your least favorite? I'd probably say my favorite is the torso. My least favorite is probably feet, right? Feet, hands. Probably not so much hands. Definitely feet for me. I'm trying to think of another one. I guess faces, eyes. Eyes are a good struggle, right? Eyes can be a very good struggle. I don't know why I'm saying it's a good struggle, but it takes some time to get eyes feeling kind of right and not just like spacing out, looking in different directions. Getting the eyes to look at you, that is something I struggle with. I usually have to like put down what I think is right, then walk away from the drawing, and then come back probably like a couple minutes later. That usually helps. I'll make a change, walk away from the painting, come back, see if it's helped, and that's it. That's kind of like what I do. Just kind of walk away. And it's usually when the painting's near finished. Eyes are your favorite to draw, really, Vegas? Everything else is pretty much my least favorite. Interesting, dude. That's really, really interesting. Yeah, like getting eyes to feel like they are within the skull and actual spheres and not just like flat surface stickers or something on the front of people's faces. You know, that's getting them really in there. As well as making a character feel like it's grounded, right? Like it's contacting the surface of something. Either with its feet or wherever, right? I find that can be pretty challenging too. There's the lat. Hey Ian, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well, dude. Thanks for chatting with me. I'll be watching some tutorials now and get some practice done myself. Lemon, if you want some additional tutorial stuff, if you haven't checked out www.alexhayes.com/Loomis, it's a good place that has all of Andrew Loomis's, or at least most of Andrew Loomis's art books. And who's Andrew Loomis? He's probably one of the greatest life drawing, anatomy, art related painters who's ever made a book, right? He's just a good source for learning, because a lot of it has to do with how he draws. He draws in a very like classic, clean kind of way of drawing, which makes it good for learning and to see how his construction methods work and It's very nice, so it's worth a bookmark at the very least. I'm going to put this in a group, duplicate it, make a new layer, merge that duplication to that new layer. I want to grab the arms and wave them in the air. Actually, I have to do it one at a time. Yeah. Let's go down like this. Get the bicep a little bit too long. Because if we see where his eyes are, if we were to draw a horizontal line, it's like they connect at the peak. No, just as it's sloping of the bicep. And I think my eyes are a little bit too high up, so you might have to do a little bit more adjusting that. I know that the deltoids feel weird. Do that. Push everything up that way. I think that would work, yeah. Let's get this. Slide that over. I think that's better. A little bit. Get this arm. Get that bicep. Pulling everything down towards torso now. There, let's do that. I think we're good there. We can just lower the head a bit. That. Okay. I've only just started, so everything else is still kind of hard for me, but eyes for some reason kind of clicked. At least in comparison to everything else. They're still not that great, I suppose, but I feel better than other things. That's really interesting. That's awesome. Eyes have never, ever once clicked for me, unfortunately. It's just fucking... There's so much going on. Having them look at you too, like I said. Okay, I'm gonna go get some more coffee, and then we'll continue on with this pose. Here, I'll just leave it at this screen for now. So sit tight. If you gotta go, you gotta do you. I understand. I'm gonna get some coffee, and I'll be right back. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm back. My camera's like not as bright as it usually is. Oh wow. Okay, let's get back to it. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm having a blast with these studies. Well, thanks for spending some of your time here as I try to learn. Try to learn good. All right, let's merge that down, and that's also shrink his torso. Yeah. Like that. Okay, new layer. Yay. That arm a bit. Okay, new layer, clip it on. What do we want to do now? I think I want to take some of this brown and maybe darken it, make it a little bit more gray. Gradual. That might be a little bit too dark, so I'll sample somewhere else, mix it in, and then resample, right? Pretty much always have my thumb over my Alt key, ready to use that shortcut for the eyedropper color picker. To the elbow. That's blocked in there. Lighten that. Why is that coming out? Anything on that side? Painting over the lines doesn't really become a priority. It's kind of just like going to eventually be painted out, right? If I keep going, eventually the lines will be all painted over. Yeah, that's never really something I ever worry about. I'm just it's something I'm just mentioning because it popped into my head for a second there. It's never really been something that I remember struggling with when to take away lines. I don't know at what point I decided to I'm going to be painting over my lines rather than removing them. I don't think there's an actual point that I can remember when I decided that. But I leave them in, and eventually just paint over them. chin down a little bit more. I definitely have his arms too thick, so maybe we should try and do something about that. Maybe it's just this forearm that's kind of throwing me off. No, it's definitely everything. Send that out. Something like this. This needs to come down. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. His face is still a mess, but I think we'll get there. Put that back, I think. Sure, let's move on. Run away. Run away. Okay. Let's see here. More rim lighting there. Come back to it. Clip ant. Nice. How you doing, Clip ant? We're doing well. Slowly get that a little bit saturated. Gray. Maybe that's too much. The subtleties, man. Alright, so something like this. Pants. Yeah, like that's too saturated, so let's saturate this a little bit. Not bad, thanks. The area is always confusing as fuck for me. So many muscles tucked under there. Are you talking about the armpit? Or are you talking about like the oblique area? Abdominal area. Sorry, my memory is like a joke. It's a literal joke, my memory. I don't remember anything of what we're talking about. Ever. It's pretty bad. Like the connection point of the armpit, there's just an insane amount of stuff happening right there. The deltoid covering pretty much everything makes it so that we don't really ever have to consider it. But you know, when the arm's up like this, it's pretty yeah, it's definitely something I do not try to draw from imagination without some reference. Because it'll just look awful. It honestly would. Armpit. Yeah. Oh, you said armpit. Okay. My apologies. Yeah, and then, you know, get to the back as well. If we flip this over, right? There's just so much so much happens here, man. The difference of the back from here to here, God, what's even happening? You know what I mean? I think that'll be the week after heads. So probably next week we're gonna return back to faces and heads. All week long, and then probably the following week, backs, booties, biceps. That's what we'll focus on. No, we'll just focus on backs. But here's the best part, Clipant. The best part about Anatomy, and my apologies if you heard this already, is that Anatomy is not going to change. It's the one static thing. Is that what the word static means? I think it's like stationary, non-changing. You know, I think that our ability to learn is probably significantly faster than our body's ability to evolve. So the anatomy will still change. Wow, what language was I just speaking? The anatomy will still be the same anatomy. It's just our knowledge of it can improve pretty quickly. Hopefully that helps. You know, you're the one who's going to be improving and learning. Anatomy is going to still be just whatever the fucking anatomy is. You know, there's only so much of it, and once you have kind of a basic what am I trying to say? A basic understanding of it. You've got your foot through the door. Then you just have to spend the rest of your goddamn life learning. And being open to learning. You know, it's education and when it comes to art, it's not a one and done thing. It's more along the lines of going to the gym or exercising. You know, you won't completely lose it if you don't use it. I think that it's kind of like a bike. You'll probably have an easier time jumping back onto the bike. You know, if you decide to take a hiatus from drawing. Which I did last year, so it's you know, you're not gonna start from zero when you come back, right? But still, momentum is a thing, and I think I want to keep moving, keep going forward as much as I can, right? See the lats, and then there's kind of a highlight in here. Save that for later when we're adding some lighter values towards the end. I do prefer to go mid-tone, work my way to dark values, and then flip it, and basically just add the light on top of those layers. pretty slow today, man. See if I can pick up the pace.
What was that?
Thank you, Gozgaz. Gozgaz1, thank you so much. Later. Okay, maybe if I throw on a rim lighting layer here. Temple here. That, come down the neck, jump to the forearm. The lats, down there the ribs, a little bit on the pectoral muscle here. A bit more. Right, down the torso. Like that. So that helps it pop for sure. Let's get back to a different brush here. I think just a digital round brush for now will work. some rendering. Switch to, I'm gonna use this brush. A little bit here. Okay, so here, down there, more value there. Let's get a little bit of a brighter value for the top of this ab. With this guy, I'm ready to add that lighter value. I've exaggerated this area as well. Oh man, okay. Guess I'm not quite ready for lighter values yet. This maybe. Okay, so let's merge this down. Let's go ahead and slide this up, I think. About here. Correct the obliques. All right, so this goes out with that. Let's clean that up a bit more. All right, let's get those lighter values on here. So I think I want to hit it with some color dodge. So I'll double click that layer now. Change these advanced blending modes to off, and let's go with a dark mid-tone to paint with here. Nope, let's go a little bit lighter, desaturated. A little bit more lighter, desaturated more. Let's go with that. Here, let's just use a brown brush. And all that. Eyelids. Nose. Between the nose and the cheek here. And just a little bit. Bicep coming out of deltoid here. Top of the pec on this side. So let me see here. I think we want a little bit more yellow. Maybe a little bit more yellow. And maybe even here as well. Yeah, maybe like that. Right, let's get this value on that oblique. And that's not an oblique, that is abdominal muscle. Brain. Good job. Make that a little bit more yellow. Yeah, the face is just all over the place, man. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a stream here. And we'll finish this last one tomorrow. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And start on with the next thing as well. Yeah. Wouldn't mind spending a little bit more time on this guy. But there you go, guys. Thanks for hanging out. thanks for the follows we got here today. I stream Monday to Friday starting at around 9 a.m. EST. I started probably like 30 minutes earlier today. Just so that I can get a little bit extra time this afternoon to work on some things here. DaVinci Man, yeah, I guess so. I guess you could overlap these. And it wouldn't have any fingers, but that's it. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Usually start around 9 a.m. I'll send out a Instagram story before I go to live as well. So make sure you here. Let's get the socials. The socials out there. I also added my ArtStation to the social command as well. That's it. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Loves and hugs. I'm out. Peace.